Make the ground shake. here with you now. See your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now. Here with you now. Here with you. Rather be no other place than here with you now. Place. I'm here with you. I see your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Season 7 regular season finale. Thank you all for tuning in. We've got a big slate of games. We've got the 2 division titles hanging in the balance for the Epic Conference. We've got the Stingers and the Ball Players here in game number 1. One of these 2 teams will take over the number 2 seed and have themselves a first round bye. The other team, I think, falls into the 4th/5th seed and will face the High Rollers in the first round. Then we've got the Bombers and the Unicorns for the number 1 seed in the Epic. Other team will end up facing the Unicorns. Then we've got the 2 All-Star games, the Minors All-Star game, followed by the Majors All-Star game. That one, it reaches via a walk. Robin Ryan starting this very important game for the Stingers. And that looks like a Dragon special around the horn, started by Zarbi. A 5-6-3 Dragon special gets them out of the inning. To the bottom of the first we go. It's very apropos that Robin Ryan gets the start in this game for the Stingers, the most important game they've had in their franchise history. And he was the piece. He was the first piece that Squared went after when he took over this team back in that Season 4 draft. And he's finally built himself a team to be successful in the postseason. So tip of the cap to Squared and metaphorically to Robin Ryan, that group of 1s and 0s. Finally, the Stingers are a team to be proud of and have themselves a chance here in the playoffs. And a chance to get themselves a first round bye even. Runner is caught stealing. That brings up Dallas, Texas with 1 away. Fitzmagic on the mound. This counts as regular season games, so all 4 teams will be with their number 3 starter on the mound. That is Fitzmagic for the Ball Players, and the Stingers making that substitution, bringing in Robin Ryan. 2 outs now here for Fitzmagic, bringing up Matthew Kennedy, a All-Star Game nominee. We'll see him in the conclusion of tonight, one way or another. Let's get my Season 7 stats here. Ball players, Stingers.
Ball four, take your base.
That will be a walk to Kennedy, so he'll be aboard with 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 22.
That's inside.
Jackson Moore, the 4th,
That's low.
up here. It's this one into right. Tracking back is Nathan Tucker, but he makes the catch for out number 3, and the first inning goes away quietly. No hits recorded so far as we go top of 2. Here's Terry Thunder. This man will be the starting DH for the Epic Conference. Terry Thunder having an absolutely magical season. 526 on the year, 20 for 38. 3 home runs, 9 RBI, 7 walks, and only 1 strikeout. And he hits this one up the middle. That'll be a leadoff single for Thunder and the ball players.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27.
Here comes Matthias Black. Matthias Black, that one gets through the left side, and he's got himself a base hit. So 2 aboard here early for the ball players in the second inning.
Now batting,
They've got a chance here to get to Ryan early. Jerry Thunder
Off the plate.
with a runner in scoring position. His relative will leave it loose at that,
That's foul.
with not a whole lot of speed at second base. But that's up the middle, and that's under the glove of DeSalsa. Thunder will round third, head for home, and Pixel doesn't even throw home. Pixel has a fantastic arm in center, but doesn't even go for it, and the run scores, and the ball players strike early. I don't know why Pixel doesn't throw home there.
That's
He probably had a decent chance to at least have a play at the plate. But regardless, and Garcia lets that one bounce off the padding. Strike 3, a swing and a miss from Iron Hands. He's retired.
the right fielder, number 40.
And that brings up Nathan Tucker, 1 away, 2 on. Ball players with the early 1-0 lead, 0-2 count here to Tucker. That's going to be down into right. That's going to be a base hit. And the ball players will go station to station. Tucker overrunning first, but gets back. And here is Cole Crush. Bunt to suicide squeeze, and that's going to get down perfectly. Another run comes home to score, and it's 2-0 ball players.
Fielder, number 6.
Cole Crush with a perfectly performed suicide squeeze. That one's popped up in foul territory. Garcia will make the catch for out number 3, but 2 runs will come home to score for the ball players, and they have a lead here early. Let's see what Fitzmagic can do in the bottom of the second. Did give up 2 walks in that first inning, but nothing came back to bite him. 1-2 the count here to Dank Highgrass.
ball high.
That one's off the glove. Grounded to third. Black backhands it. Throws in time for out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, number 3.
1-1 here to Penelope Garcia. She hits this one to third. Black, second time around, lucky again. Out number 2 recorded. And here is Zarbi. Zarbi fouls that one back. And a soft liner to De Stick, who makes the catch for round number 3, and we'll go to the top of the third inning. It'll be De Stick, Murph Kelly, and Terry Thunder do it for the ball players here, leading 2-0.
Number 23.
Winner of this game gets the number 2 seed in the Epic Conference, and that's going to be a base hit through the left side of the infield. Leadoff runner aboard once again for the ball players.
Now batting,
And here is reigning MVP of the Epic, Murph Kelly. And he, first pitch swings, pops it up. Czar B is under it, and he makes the catch for round number 1. And here's Cherry Thunder. He's 1 for 1 today. 1 on, 1 out now in the top of the third. Grounder down third. B will go to first, get the surefire out. Out number 2. Not that the runner is fast. I think it was just going to be a hard play to try and turn 2 on. This one's popped up into foul territory. Should be an easy play for Dink Highgrass. He makes the catch for round number 3, and the side is retired, so a 0 up on the board. It remains 2-0 going into the bottom of the third for Yumeko Pendragon, Squash Pixel, and Ace to Salsa for the Stingers. Yumeko Pendragon, not a fantastic year to boot. Oh, but she hits this one high and deep to right center, but to one of the deeper areas of the park, and it looks like it will contain it by about 5-10 feet for out number 1. A deep fly ball that wasn't quite deep enough. Hit that a shade into right center. Cole Crush with a diving stop. The throw is in time. A good play at second by Crush, round number 2. And back to the top of the order. Here's Ace to Salsa. Fitzmagic locked in here through 2 2/3. This one's a high fly ball into center. That one's a bit hit deeper at the wall. And it's gone! Ace to Salsa with a solo shot into center. Cuts the lead in half. 430 feet just into the bleachers in dead center field. And it's 2-1. And that's going to get into the gap. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. That's going to be extra bases. Magic had the no-hitter through the first 8 outs, but can't get the final out here in the third. And the tying run is at second here for Matthew Kennedy. Kennedy with a 2-1 count. Fouls that one off. 2-2 now. Runner going. Oh man, Kennedy hitting these things hard, but not timing it up right. Pops it up. Stays in the infield, third base side, and Matthias Black will make the catch for round number 3, but Ace to Salsa gets the Stingers on the board. It's 2-1 going into the top of the fourth. Jerry Thunder, Iron Hands, and Nathan Tucker do it for the ball players. Magic Robot. The All-Star games are always going to be a great time. It's going to be fun times for all. Our second ever Minors All-Star game, and I believe our 6th All-Star game in the majors. We didn't have one our first season. Quick first out. Here's Iron Hands. Trade acquisition from the Dragons organization. Was in the Dragons minors team and got the call up coming over to his new team. Replacing Curly Shipwright from behind the plate, and he will draw a walk. So a runner aboard now for Nathan Tucker. He takes the first pitch strike on the screwball. And that one's in the bottom of the zone. 0-2 to Tucker. Swing and a miss. Ryan rings him up there. Out number 2, and here's Cole Crush. Had that beautifully executed suicide squeeze that brought home the second run, the difference in the game right now. Robin Ryan, 5 hits through 3 2/3. A pair of walks as well to go with the 2 earned runs. This one's a soft floor down third base side. Zarb can't time it up. That falls to the ground. That one just a bit high, 2-2 count now. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Robin Ryan. Retires the side, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Jackson Moore, the fourth, Dink Highgrass, and Penelope Garcia do it for the Stingers.
Designated hitter, number 22.
Nope, inside.
Stingers finally got to Fitzmagic a bit there at the end of the third. See if they continue to get to him here. He's no longer locked in. Swing and a miss. Fitzmagic with his own strikeout there.
Now batting, the first baseman, number
His first of the game brings up Dink Highgrass.
Nope, that's low. Ball high. Ball high.
3-0 to Dink Highgrass. That one finds his own bat on the shoulder for Highgrass. Magic battling back to a full count. Borderline pitch fouled off. We'll do it again. A dribbler too short. It will be Black who gets up with it. The throw in time for round number 2. And I'll bring up Penelope Garcia. Garcia fouls off the first pitch she sees.
That's down.
Fastball misses low.
Inside.
That one runs his way 2 inside, 2-1. Finds his own 2-2 now. In the dirt, another full count here.
All for it.
And that one just misses a bit outside. That'll be a walk for Garcia, which will continue the inning. Fitzmagic starting to rack up the pitch count. 61 here through 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, so that's something to keep your eye on. All players do have Adrian Walker in the bullpen, but beyond that, not much. Rick DeLastick with the diving stop, and he gets to first in time for out number 3. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's the top of the order 4 with the ball players. They're still up 2-1 here. In what is a de facto division championship game. Here in the Epic Novas, and that's the 3rd straight strikeout for Robin Ryan.
The first baseman, number 23.
Here's DeLastick. He grounds that one to 3rd. B up with it in time for out number 2. Mojo boost for Ryan. He's going to be locked in now.
Number 38.
Murph Kelly tense, 0 for 2. The reigning MVP of the Epic, not having the season to remember. The average is okay, but the rest of the stats aren't there, and he pops this one up. Robin Ryan is under it, and he'll make the catch for the 1-2-3 inning, and we'll go to the home half of the 5th. 8-9-1 do it for the Stingers, still trailing by 1 here in game number 1 of the final night of the season 7 regular season.
Nope. Low. Off the plate.
Pendragon fouls that one off, makes it a 2-1 count. She hits this one high and deep into right center, tracking back at the wall. That one is gone! Yomiko Pendragon ties us up at 2 apiece. 428 feet into right center, and we've got ourselves a 2-2 ball game.
Now the center fielder, number 9.
This one into right center, but Nathan Tucker will make the catch for round number 1. And here is the other home run hitter for the Stingers. It's Ace DeSalsa. DeSalsa fouls that one off.
That's foul.
Another home run for Yomiko.
Ball. Inside.
That is most likely her 4th home run of the season.
Outside. Take your base.
And that will be another walk to DeSalsa.
Now batting,
And that brings up Dallas, Texas.
number 12.
He pops it up behind home plate. Should be catchable for Iron Hands. He makes the catch for number 2.
Now batting,
And here is Matthew Kennedy.
fielder, number 2.
Runner aboard with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Stingers tie up at 2-2 thanks to Yumeko Pendragon here in the bottom of the 5th. Kenny looking to extend the inning. Swings and misses there, 0-2. Manages to foul that one off, and we'll do it again. Already his 80th pitch for Fitzmagic. That's a line shot to DeLastick. He makes the catch for round number 3, and we'll go to the top of the 6th side, 2-2. And it'll be Terry Thunder to lead us off here for the ball players. Ryan locked in. And gets 2 quick strikes on Terry Thunder. Curveball swung on, a slow grounded to Salsa, but has plenty of time to throw it to first to get the slow Terry Thunder for out number 1. Here's Matthias Black. 2-0 to Black.
Off the plate.
3-0. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Black. So that's going to put a runner aboard here for Jerry Thunder. 1 for 2 today.
Ball outside.
5 straight balls from Ryan. Runner is going. The throw from behind the plate is going to be in time. A caught stealing.
Take your
But another 4-pitch walk from Ryan. That's not what you want to see. Ryan had kind of gotten a hold on things. He's still locked in, but back-to-back walks. He cannot find the zone here now.
Nope. Outside.
Finally finds the zone there on a screwball. And jams hands. He pops it up in the infield. And he'll be caught for out number 3, so the side is retired. No damage is done. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Jackson Moore, Dank Highgrass, and Penelope Garcia due up.
The designated hitter.
And Fitzmagic will start the 6th inning on the mound. That pitch count is getting high, 81 now. We'll see how much longer he lasts. 1-1 count here to Jackson Moore. 0 for 2 today. That one's right back to Magic. He makes the snag, out number 1.
The first baseman. Now pitching.
And that will do it for Magic. 5 1/3. 2 solo shots, and the ball is given over to Adrian Walker. And she immediately gives up a base hit through the right side of the infield to Dank Highgrass. And that brings up Penelope Garcia. Garcia, an all-star, but will be in the minors all-star game. She played most of the season down in the minors, got a call-up over the last 3 weeks of the regular season.
That's high.
So she'll be representing the Panic Conference, I believe. I have to double check. I'm not all that great with the conference lineups in the minors. And she gets rung up there. Walker K's Garcia 2 away. And here is Zarbi. And Zarbi into left center, tracking back at the wall. It's gone! Zarbi has given the Stingers the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-run shot for B. It's 4-2 for the Stingers.
Fielder number 12.
Zarbi, just the second time he's gone yard all season, but it doesn't come at a bigger time than this. Puts the Stingers up for the first time tonight here in Game 15. And it knocks Adrian Walker down to 10ths. And that one just in front of the plate. Hands will scoop it and get it to first in time for out number 3. But the 2-run shot from Zarbi makes it a 4-2 game going into the top of the 7th. The Stingers 9 outs away from a first-round bye. Ryan still on the mound, 74 pitches. Having a bit of issue with his command, though, here.
Ball high.
Has thrown a lot of balls over the last few batters. That one's a grounded to first. Easy play for Highgrass. He steps on it for out number 1.
Now batting the second baseman. Number
And here's Cole Crush. Start off with a curveball in the zone. Goes right back to it, 0-2. Misses low with the 2-seamer. Another curveball. That one's popped up in foul territory. Easy play for Garcia for out number 2. And here is Toby Barker, 0 for 3 10ths. Not a great day from Toby Barker. First pitch swinging, breaks his bat, fouling that one off. Swing and a miss there. 0-2. Pops it up, but will get into the dugout. Lays off that pitch just a bit inside. Curveball, dribbler back to the mound. Ryan scoops it and gets it to first in time for round number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Robin Ryan. Will go bottom of the 7th inning. 9-1-2 do it for the Stingers here.
center fielder. Number 9.
First pitch swinging is Kennedy. He gets that one back to Walker. She scoops it up for round number 1. Here's Ace de Salsa. Home run, 2 walks so far today for the leadoff man for the Stingers. 3-1. That one finds his own. Count is full. Came and activated for Walker. But she misses low, and that's another walk for DeSalsa, his third of the game. Patient man, that DeSalsa brings up Dallas, Texas. Ooh, called strike at the very bottom of the zone. 0-2 to Texas. And he gets that one under the glove of Walker. That's going to be a base hit. Puts two aboard here with only one out here in the bottom of the seventh. Stingers are smelling insurance. Here's Matthew Kennedy. We'll see him again later tonight in the Majors All-Star game.
Ball high.
1-2 the count. Came in active for Walker once again. Let's see if third time around she fares any better. A flare foul. Oh, off the glove of Dila Stick. He couldn't quite make the play. And Kennedy lives to see another pitch. Fouls off another one. Walker checks on the runner. DeSalsa's back in time. That one's down. 2-2 now. This one's into left, but that will be foul as well. Kennedy making Walker work here. Fouling off quite a few pitches. Walker up to 33. And that's another one foul. I've lost track of how many pitches we've had to this at-bat. And that's going to be another one into the stands. Kennedy making her work. Count is full now. And a foul ball. I feel like we've seen at least 10 pitches in this at-bat. That's a grounder to second, though. Crush to Kelly. Kelly to first. Dragon special. In the end, it is Adrian Walker who gets the best of it. But to the top of the eighth we go. Dila Stick to lead things off here. That's a big double play to get him out of the inning. Ryan locked in. That one's back to him. That's to first, round number one. Merv Kelly 0 for 3.
Nope, that's high. That's outside.
2-0.
Ball.
3-0, staying high in the zone here against Kelly.
Ball four.
And misses all 4 times, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Kelly. And that's going to bring up Terry Thunder. Very dangerous man, and got some speed on the bases here. Only one out here in the top of the eighth. Ryan still locked in despite giving up 5 walks on the evening. Runner is going. That one's perfectly placed down the third base line. Zarbi picks it up and gets to first in time for out number 2. Runner does advance to second, though. Here's Matthias Black with a runner in scoring position. Still in a 4-2 ball game here in the top of the eighth with 2 outs for the ball players. That one's going to be through the left side of the infield. Runner is going rounding third, headed from home. The throw for Umeko is going to be not in time. Runner is safe, and Black will take second on the throw, so it's a 4-3 ball game. Tying run 180 feet away for the ball players. Ryan no longer locked in, back down to neutral here. Can he get the last out? That's down third base line. Zarbi backhands at the throw in time for out number 3. Ryan gets out of the jams, keeps the lead intact, going to the bottom of the eighth. 4-3 here in favor of the Stingers. 4, 5, 6 in the lineup. Due up for the Stingers here. Walker no longer tense. First pitch swing. Black makes the catch. Round number 1. Here's Dane Highgrass, 1 for 3. That one called a strike on the inside corner.
Inside.
That one runs a bit too inside, 1-1. That's a high tying foul ball into center field. This one's deep at the wall, and it's gone! The Stingers with another long ball get the run right back, and it's 5-3. 4 home runs tonight by the Stingers. And the lead is back up to 2. This one thanks to the bat of Dank Highgrass. Walker back down to tense. And this one's deep into center field. Barker at the wall, but will make the catch here for out number 2. Garcia missed another one by about 5 feet. Red Rock able to contain this one, and here's RB. He's the one who hit a home run with runners on the bases. Ian He singles up the middle. It's a runner aboard with 2 outs. Here's Yomeko Pendragon. Stingers playing the long ball today. 4 home runs today. From DeSalsa, Yomeko, Zarbi, and Dank Highgrass. 0-2 to Pendragon. Curveball is high, 1-2. Breaks her bat, swinging at that one into right. Tucker charging in and will make the catch for out number 3. And to the 9th inning we go. Stingers 3 outs away from a first round bye in the division championship. 7-8-9 do it for the ball players here. Robin Ryan will take the mound to start the 9th, but at 98 pitches, got to figure he's only going to face 1 batter here in the 9th. 2-0 the count to Iron Hands. And he's all over the place, 3-0. Iron Hands hits that one up the middle, so that will be a leadoff single for the ball players. And that has to be the last player last batter that Ryan will face. An excellent night for him. 5 walks, though. 3 earned, 7 hits, and the ball is turned over to Dixie Norms to try and close this one out. We are in 1-swing territory here with a runner aboard. Top of the 9th, no outs. 2-0 the count to Nathan Tucker. That one runs inside. 3-0. That one's in the zone. 3-1. Battle back by Norms here. Count is full. That one misses high, and another runner aboard. And here is Cole Crush. And Cole Crush will get pulled. The pinch hitter, Juan Deck. First pitch called a strike. 2-1 the count here from Dixie Norms. Now misses high, 3-1. And that's a walk. The bases are loaded for the ball players. Nobody is out. And Barker will get pulled in favor of Titus Saxton. Holy cow, we've got a high pressure situation here. That one's up the middle. DeSalsa can't come up with it. That will be a single. A run will come home to score, and it's 5-4.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23.
Base is still loaded. Nobody is out, and it's D-Listick at the plate. 3-0 to D-Listick. Nowhere to put him. He takes a strike there, 3-1. And that's ball 4. A run will come in, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. And here is the reigning MVP at the plate. And a tied 5-5 game against Dixie Norms. He flies this one out into right. That's going to be deep enough for a runner to tag. Matthew Kennedy doesn't have an arm, so he will score, and the ball players will take the lead here in the top of the 9th. A 3-run top of the 9th for the ball players, and they now lead 6-5.
Inside. Ball high. Ball high.
3-0 now to Terry Thunder. And that's a 4-pitch walk. Dixie Norms was not ready for this situation.
Third baseman, number 27.
And she stays in the game. Game just leaving out Dixie Norms to dry. A slow grounder to short. DeSalsa gets the lead out at second, but a runner is safe at first. Another run for the ball players. It's 7-5.
Number 15.
Yeah, like, she's the first person out and not even the long reliever. This is bizarre. Danny California's the long reliever.
Ball 4 taken base.
And another walk issued by Norms.
Now batting, the catcher, number 14.
And she finally gets pulled. 5 walks in 2/3 of an inning here has been long.
Ball inside.
That's a hard hit ball into right, but Matthew Kennedy is there to make the catch for round number 3. But the ball players score 4 in the top of the 9th. They now lead 7-5. Final 3 outs for the Stingers. They need 2 to tie to trying to extend this game. Juan Deck gets pulled in favor of Rick Maniac. Oh my good lord.
That's inside.
The ball players' defense is completely all over the place.
Off the plate.
2-1 the count here to Squash Pixel. Popped it up in foul territory. And it'll be caught by Rick Maniac for round number 1. Here is Ace de Salsa. This man has been impossible to get out.
Nope, that's low. Inside.
2-0 to de Salsa. That one finds his own 2-1. Hard hit ball, but grounded to Murph Kelly. He's up with it. The throw is in time for round number 2, and the Stingers are down to their final out. Here's Dallas, Texas, 2 for 4 on the day. He desperately needs to get a board for the Stingers to continue this game.
Nope, inside.
Popped up into center field, and this will do it. The ball players, with the 4-run top of the 9th, have shocked the Stingers and have won the division. 7-5, your final score. I am honestly beside myself seeing how long they left Dixie Norms in that game. Wow, 7-5. 8 hits for the ball players. Matthias Black with multi-hits. 10 walks by the ball players. 5 from Norms and 5 from Robin Ryan. 3 walks for de Salsa. 4 home runs, 2 hits for Highgrass Bees, Dallas, Texas. Adrian Walker with the win, 3 2/3, 3 earned. Dixie Norms, 3 earned through 2/3 of an inning, 5 walks. Wow. Well, there you have it. The ball players are the number 2 seed in the Epic. And that will put the Stingers at 5. So here we go for the other seed. I just have to make a couple of clicks that way. We're going to... Did I already pass it? No, I didn't. I might have passed it. And number 3 is Johnny Sins. I guess I never looked to change my line. And then number 3 for the Unicorns is colon. Just make sure that's right. Dora Walker, Cush, Flitflot, Davis, Bree, Moshaw, Haggy Porterhouse, Alex Hatman. All right, here we go. Game number 2. The division title on the line in the Phenoms. Unicorns have won both of the games so far this season, winning their first game back in week 8 or 9, I believe. Week 9, 7-2, and then winning last night to force this game 3-1. And it was actually Colin on the mound for that first game. But it gives up a leadoff walk to Ken Iffy Jr. to face Tyler Benetti now. Let's switch these guys. That's going to be a bloop into the gap. That's going to get down. Woody Walker covers nicely before that one gets by him, but Ken Iffy will advance to third. That's going to put runners at the corners now for Graham Britton. Go two aboard, nobody out. That's a hard hit ball to Hatman. He will turn two, and actually the runner stays put at third. Didn't try to go home, so a huge Dragon special there. Two away now with the runner at third here for Billy O'Connell. And he's got a 3-0 count. Hopped up swinging there, trending towards the dugout, and will just scrape the top of the roof. He stays alive. And he will take a walk, so runners replaced at the corners now. For Albart Pujols, first pitch swing fouls it off. Alma runs inside, 1-1. Too low, 2-1. Ooh, I need to calm down. My heart is racing. This is tense. 3-1. And that one runs inside. The bases will be loaded for Lexi Luther.
Designated hitter, number 20.
She takes the first pitch ball high. And another one, 2-0. That one's hit into deep center field. Tracking that one is Breezy Bree. It's overhead, and that's going to get down into center field. That will clear the bases. Lexi Luther with a 3-run RBI double.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2.
Lexi Luther clears the bases. And the Bombers have already tied their season total of runs scored against the Unicorns with 3 in the first inning. And that one just is foul from Ferris Irons. A 1-2 count came inactive for Colin. Swing and a miss. Colin rings up Irons, but the Bombers put up 3 in the top of the first. Let's see what Johnny Sins has in store for us. Top of the order, Jose Odor to lead things off. First pitch swinging, fouled off by Odor. That's going to be a hard hit ball. Graham Britton with the 1-hop scoop. He throws the first in time for out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4.
Here's Woody Walker, good old iron balls. He's having himself a pretty good season. I think was just a hard out of the All-Star game, and Sins rings him up there.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 60.
Just Hugh George was good, and some of those other bench players were just really good. So just kind of the odd man out for iron balls is, I believe, King Kush singles with 2 outs here to bring up Trey Flitflot.
Third baseman, number 30.
First pitch strike on the curveball. Runners go in. The throw from behind the plate in the dirt from Sass. Runner in scoring position now. Not a good throw from her. Grounder to short. Ferris Irons gets it on the hop and throws it to first in time for round number 3. And we go to the top of the second inning. 3-0 for the Bombers. 8-9-1 due up for the Bombers. Alyssa Sass here. Colin Tense, 26 pitches in that first inning. 3 walks, 2 hits. Looks to try and bounce back here. Did end the inning with a strikeout of Ferris Irons and has a 1-2 count here to Sass. K-Man activated for him. That curveball runs inside. That one's up the middle, just out of the reach of Odor, and Sass will have a leadoff single.
Now batting,
That brings up Amish Rifleman.
number 89.
1-1 the count to him. That one's into right. Tracking that one is King Kush. And he will make the catch in foul territory, 1 away. And back to the top of the order here is Kent Iffy Jr. We will see, well, we might see him later tonight. He is on the bench for the Heroic Conference. Having a pretty nice season, he is. Hitting .475, so we got a duel here. Tough Out versus K-Man. This one's popped up into center field. Tracking that one is Bree, and she makes the catch for out number 2, so K-Man wins in that situation. I mean, it wasn't a strikeout, but he did get increased stats, so we'll say K-Man comes up victorious there. 2 outs here for Tyler Benetti. He's 1 for 1. Yes, Puppet. Ball players won with 4 runs in the top of the 9th. Stingers were up 5-3, and it all fell apart. Benetti will walk, and that will bring up Graham Britton now. 2 on, 2 out. That one's low, 1-0. That one finds his own, 1-1. Just a bit wide, 2-1. That one's in the zone, 2-2. K-Man active for Colin once again. The payoff pitch high, count runs full. We'll do it again. The payoff pitch spoiled by Britton, fouled it off. Swing and a miss! A big strikeout on the off speed. The curveball got him looking in. Well, didn't get him looking, but caught him swinging, and we'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. Gerald Davis, Breezy Bree, and Moo Shaw do it for the Corns. Daryl Davis up the middle. He's got himself a leadoff single. Breezy Bree now up. First pitch swing, fouls it off, 0-1. That one runs inside. That one finds his own, 1-2 now. Swing and a miss! Sins rings her up there. A second strikeout for Sins brings up Moo Shaw. Moo Shaw with a high fly ball into left center field. Tracking that one is Benetti, and he'll make the catch at the warning track for out number 2. 2 away now, and here is Haggy Porterhouse. He takes the first pitch strike at the bottom of the zone. Pops this one up in foul territory. Alyssa Sass tracking it, and she will make the catch for out number 3. And we'll go to the top of the 3rd inning. 3-0 still the score. Part of the order for the Bombers: O'Connell, Pujols, and Luther. Colin back up to neutral, has battled back here, but 53 pitches here in the 3rd inning. 4 walks, 3 hits through 2. That's a hard hit ball, but Haggy Porterhouse off the 1-hop gets the first in time. That will bring up Albert Pujols. We'll see Pujols in game number 4. He will start third base for the Epic. And we'll see several unicorns in that game. We'll see King Kush. He'll start in right field. We'll see Mabel Sparks and Valet Renoir, as Pujols will take a walk, his 2nd of the game. And here's Lexi Luther. She cleared the bases in the 1st inning. Curveball called strike, 1-1 the count. Rounded to first. Hatman will take it himself. Round number 2. Pujols advances for Ferris Irons. He struck out swinging last time up. Ferris Irons in his debut season, 10 for 33. Hit 3 home runs to start off the season, but has been empty since. We'll take a walk there to put 2 aboard. And get us back to Alyssa Sass. Alyssa Sass, 8 for 30 this year. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 266. Hits a high fly ball into left center field. Easily tracked down by Breezy Bree. She's under it, and she'll make the catch for round number 3. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. 9-1-2. Do it for the Unicorns here. Still a 3-0 ball game.
Now
Alex Hatman
Number 26.
takes first pitch strike. Chopper back to the mound. Sins dives for it, catches up to it, and gets to the first in time for out number 1. A good play by Sins there, knocking down the speedy Hatman. Brings us back to the top of the order. Here's Odor. Swing and a miss there, 1-1. Forkball fouled off. Makes it a 1-2 count. Pitch misses high, 2-2. Odor fouls that one off, 2-2. This one will find the dugout. Odor battling here, fouls off a couple. Make it 3 straight. That one runs high. Odor's battled back to a full count. He swings at that one into left field. Benetti is under it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. That brings up Woody Walker. And that's a hard hit ball into right, but we'll right to Amish Rifleman for round number 3. And we'll go to the top of the 4th. 9-1-2 do it for the Bombers. Rifleman, Iffy Jr., and Benetti.
The right fielder, number 89.
Swing and a miss there from Rifleman. That one's high, 1-1. 2-1 now. 3-1. Ooh, that one misses. I guess that was just a bit wide. Thought that might have gotten a bit of the zone, but Rifleman will have a leadoff walk. Brings us back to Ken Iffy Jr. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. 7 walks from Colin tonight. We've seen a lot of walks from pitchers. We've seen 10 walks given up by the Stingers. That one's off the glove of Mushaw, and the runner will take second. So 10 walks issued by the Stingers, 7 tonight from Colin. Make it 8. We're seeing a lot of walks tonight. And that will do it for Colin. He goes 3 innings, 8 walks, and that will bring in Tina Thick. 2 runners aboard, nobody out here in the top of the 4th for Benetti. He has a single and a walk. And that's a 3-0 count to Benetti. And Benetti will walk, and that will load the bases. And here is Graham Britton, 0 for 2 today.
Number 60.
And that's going to be a ball. 5 straight balls to enter the game from Tina Thick. That one finally finds his own, 1-1. Benetti into center field, a high fly ball. Breezy Bree, actually infield fly will be called. Bree will make the catch for out number 1. Runners stay put. Mojo down for Graham Britton. That'll be important to keep tabs of over the rest of this game, as he is the second baseman for the Bombers. See if that makes a major impact. Here we go to Billy O'Connell. Base is still loaded. 0-2 the count to him. Lays off that one, 1-2. That's a ball that's going to get down into left. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to score. Another one rounding third, headed for home. And they'll score. That's going to be a 2-run RBI double for O'Connell. The Bombers up 5-0.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 55.
That brings up Albert Pujols. 1-1 the count to him. He's walked twice today. 2-1. 3-1. And that will be a walk for Pujols. The base is loaded once again, and it'll be Lexi Luther. She cleared the bases with the bases loaded in the first inning. Has another opportunity with them loaded here in the 4th. Bombers leading 5-0 here in a winner-take-all game for the division. Almost hits her. She misses. That one's in the zone, 1-2. Thick, tense. That one's inside, 2-2. That's a hard hit ball into left field. Tracking back is Woody Walker. It's over his head, and that's going to get down off the wall. 1 run's going to score. Another one right behind that. That's going to be 2 more runs for the Bombers. It's 7-0. 2 more RBIs for Lexi Luther.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2.
Barris Irons up to bat now. And that's a hard hit ball, but that will be just foul. 3-1 the count. That one's in there. Irons fouls that one back. Full count still. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. Irons with 2 today.
Now batting, the catcher, number 35.
The middle infield for the Bombers could be tense. That might be a very significant factor come in the later innings, potentially. Have to see how that changes things. Alyssa Sass into left center, tracking back. That one's at the wall. It's going to hit the wall, and that will clear the bases. 2 more runs for the Bombers. It's 9-0.
Now batting, the right fielder, number
And that will do it for Thick. In comes Doku Shi. And here's Amish Rifleman. Bombers have batted around in this inning. He led things off with a walk. Came in for Doku Shi active. Gets it back to him and gets it to first in time for round number 3. And the side is retired, but the Bombers score 6 runs in the 4th inning. Makes it a 9-0 game heading to the bottom of the 4th. 3-4-5 do it for the Unicorns here. Here's King Kush. As I mentioned earlier, we'll see him starting in right field for the Epic Conference in the All-Star game. Johnny Sins locked in here. That's fouled off. 1-2 the count. That one misses. 2-2. Count is full. Patience here by King Kush. Fouls that one off. Fouls off another. And that will be a walk, so King Kush shows why he's an All-Star nominee. Draws a leadoff walk off of Johnny Sins. Brings up Trey Flip-Flop, the first walk issued here by Sins. Forkball finds his own. That one's in there. 0-2 to Flip-Flop. Flip-Flop fouls that one away. As does that one. Still is an 0-2 count. That one is up the middle. Ferris Irons able to knock it down and can't get it out. He threw it to second, but too much speed on King Kush, and he is safe. So all Irons was able to do was keep it in the infield. So 2 aboard now for the Unicorns here in the bottom of the 4th. Gerald Davis, first pitch swinging, pops it up behind home plate. Alyssa Sass will make the catch, 1 away. I'll bring up Breezy Brio for 1. Sins no longer locked in. Let's see what Bree can do here. She takes a first pitch strike on a fastball. That one misses. 1-1. Changeup just wide. Fastball tall. 2-1. As is that one. That one's outside. 3-1. That one's in the zone. The count is full. And that will be a walk to Breezy Bree, and the base is now loaded for the Unicorns here in the home half of the 4th. And here is Moo Shaw. So can the Unicorns capitalize, get some of those run backs, get some of those runs back? That's a hard hit ball, but right to Britton. He makes the catch for round number 2. And that brings up Haggy Porterhouse. That's a grounder to second. Graham Britton takes on the 1-hop, gets the first in time for round number 3, and the Unicorns will leave the bases loaded as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Top of the order due up for the Bombers here as they lead 9-0. Doku Shi on the mound here. Second man out of the bullpen for the Unicorns. 2-1 the count here to Ken Iffy. 3-1. That one finds his own. The count is full. Once again, we'll have K-Man versus Tough Out. That one's fouled off. We'll do it again. And K-Man comes up winner once again. Doku Shi rings up him there. Brings up Tyler Bonetti. He's 1 for 1 today, has walked twice. 3-0 to Bonetti. Takes a strike there, 3-1. That one's in the zone. Battle back for Doku Shi once again. K-Man for him. but will miss low, and Benetti will take a walk. Brings up Grand Britain 0 for 3 today and tense. (2-0) to Britain. That one finds zone 2-1. That one's high, 3-1. And he lays off that one, check swing. That's another walk. Back-to-back walks to bring up Billy O'Connell, 1 for 2 today. Back-to-back walks issued by Shee. First pitch strike to O'Connell on the curveball. Fastball high, 2-1. And that one's inside, 3-1 now to O'Connell. And that will be a walk. The bases loaded once again for the Bombers. And here's Albert Pujols. This is a ridiculous number of walks we've seen so far tonight. Like, it's not fun. 2-0 or 0-2. As that's fouled off by Pujols to stay alive. Swing and a miss! Kamen comes up lucky for Dokushi there. Rings up Pujols, and that brings up Lexi Luther with the bases loaded for the 3rd time. She's come up successful twice, has 5 RBIs. 1-1 the count to her. Runs inside, 2-1. 3-1 now. That one finds his own. The count is full. Kamen activated for Dokushi once again. Runners going. That one is fouled back. We'll do it again. That one's into center field, but Breezy Bree will make the adjustment to make the catch for round number 3. Bombers leave them loaded, just as Unicorns did. We'll go bottom of the 5th, still 9-0 here. 9-1-2 for the Unicorns. Hatman to lead things up. Johnny Sins locked in once again. 2-0 the count. Change up in there, 2-1. 2-2 now. This one is foul. Don't think anyone's going to catch up to that. And it will hit the dirt. Swing and a miss. Sins with the strikeout of Hatman. 1 away. Brings up Jose Odor. Odor pops this one up in foul territory. O'Connell and Sass, but it'll be O'Connell who makes the catch for round number 2. And that brings up Woody Walker. Woody Walker grounds that one to 3rd. Pujols gets the first in time for round number 3. And we'll go to the top of the 6th, still 9-0. Bombers, 7-8-9, do it for them here. Dokushi did end up striking out the side. Oh, no, he didn't. 2 strikeouts. I'm an idiot. I misread the graphic. Came in active for him again. That one misses inside. 1-2. One misses wide. Grounded to the 3rd. Flip-flop up with it. Throw will be in time for round number 1. Brings up Alyssa Sass. 2 for 3 tonight. Double and a single. And that will do it for Dokushi. In comes Chesley Hickman. First pitch swinging Sass. She fouls this one back. On misses. 1-1 the count. That one's fouled off. 2-2 now. That one is called strike 3. Hickman with the strikeout of Sass. That brings up Rifleman 0 for 2 with a walk today. That one's in there, 1-1. This one into right. King Kush tracking that one, and he'll make the catch for round number 3. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, still 9-0. Kush, flip-flop, and Gerald Davis do up here. Kush 1 for 1 today with the walk. Sins returns to the mound to start the 6th inning. First pitch strike called. Forkball hit up the middle. That's going to be a leadoff single for King Kush. He'll be aboard. Mojo boost up for him. So he'll have speed just about fully maxed out here for Trey Flitflop. Inside, 1-0. 2-0. 3-0. That one finds zone 3-1. But that will be inside ball for Flitflop will walk. That puts 2 aboard here for the Unicorns. And here's Gerald Davis. So here's a chance for the Unicorns here in the home half of the 6. 2 aboard, nobody out. Johnny Sins starting to labor a bit. Giving up a hit and a walk. This one into right. That's going to get down in front of Rifleman. Runner's going to round third, head from home. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. And the Unicorns are up on the board. RBI single for Gerald Davis makes it 9-1. Runners at the corners now for the Unicorns. That one's up the middle. That's going to score another run. Makes it 9-2. So getting to Sins here in the 3rd time through the lineup. He stays in, no longer locked in, just neutral now. 6 hits, 3 walks, 2 earned through 5. Moose Shaw up to the plate, up to bat. 0 for 2 today, 2 on, nobody out. That one's foul, hard hit ball. Inside, 2-2 now. Swing and a miss. Moose Shaw gets rung up there. Mojo decrease for her. Brings up Haggy Porterhouse. And that will do it for Sins. In comes Mario Wrestles. See if he can close out the bottom of the 6 here. Porterhouse 0 for 2 so far. 1-1 the count. That's a chopper, but luckily for Porterhouse, it's foul. 1-2 the count. Hard hit ball, but also foul. Remains 1-2. That one's tall, 2-2 the count. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Wrestles, rings him up there. And here's Alex Hatman, 0 for 2 today. Starts him off with a strike in the outside corner. Curveball in there as well, 0-2 now to Hatman. And Hatman pops this one up. Graham Britton tracks back for it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. Unicorns get 2 on the board, makes it 9-2 going into the top of the 7th. Top of the order, do it for the Bombers here. Keniffy 0 for 2 today. Hickman back on the mound. First pitch swinging from Kent. He fouls this one off. Slider in there. 1-2 the count. Tough out for Keniffy. Hasn't been successful with that so far tonight. And strike 3 call. 0 for 3 for Keniffy. Tough out not being his friend here tonight. Struck out twice with that on, and that brings up Tyler Bonetti. Bonetti into left. That's tracking back. That's going to get off the warning track, off the wall. Bonetti will have himself a 1-out double. Mojo up for Bonetti. He's had a good night so far. One of these few leadoff batters for the Bombers that actually have a hit. Britton here 0 for 3 with a walk. Swings at that one below his knees. 1-2 the count. It's foul. Fouls that one back. 2-2 the count. Ooh, that one's a called ball, and the count is full. That one looked like a strike to me, but that one's called a strike, and Britton is rung up again. And that brings up Billy O'Connell. Mojo back down for Britton. He's back down to 10ths. Here's O'Connell, 1 for 2 tonight. A double, 2 walks, and 2 RBIs for him. Swinging a miss there. 0-2 the count here. Hickman with the pitch. That one's low. 1-2. That one's hit into right center. Tracking that is Bree, and she'll make the catch for round number 3. Bree with a ton of speed in center field, able to close on that one nicely. And it'll remain 9-2 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Wrestles back on the mound, facing the top of the order here of the Unicorns. Odor 0 for 3 tonight. No, the long reliever has not come in yet. Oh, and that's a bean ball off of Odor. Things could get interesting here. That will put Wrestles down to tenths. And a leadoff runner aboard. So let's see how things conspire here. 2-0 to Woody Walker. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Leadoff hitters not really hitting the ball well for either team. As Iron Balls crushes this one into center field. No doubter about that one. And it makes it a 9-4 ball game. An absolute crushed into center field here in Shaka. That's a home run no one can take away from you. 9-4 now here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. King Kush 2 for 2 today with a 2-1 count. He's locked in. Takes a pitch inside, 3-1. And that will be a walk to Kush. And that will bring up Trey Flitflot. And Wrestles is rattled. And that one's going to get away from Sass, but she recovers it nicely. And Kush won't be able to advance, but another ball from Wrestles. I really wish I remembered to take him off of long reliever. And that one is going to get by. That's going to get into the corner. Kush is headed for third. Benetti up with it. He is going to round third, head from home, and he will score easily. Makes it 9-5. Runner in scoring position now for Gerald Davis. Mario Wrestles rattled. Started with the pegging. Started with the beaning of Jose Odor. 3-1 the count to Davis. And that will be a walk. So 2 aboard now. Things getting very interesting here in the bottom of the 6th. No, bottom of the 7th, excuse me. Still 4-run game, but still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 to Bree. That one's tall, 1-2. That one misses low, 2-2. And the count is full. Bree showing some patience here, but that one's called a strike 3, and Bree gets rung up there. First out here, the bottom of the 7th brings up Moose Shaw. She's 0 for 3 in tenths. That's up the middle under the glove of Wrestles. Station to station go the Unicorns, and we're at one swing baseball here, ladies and gentlemen. And here is Haggy Porterhouse. 0 for 3 in tenths. Mario Wrestles rattled. Popped up. Foul territory. Alyssa Sass under it. She'll make the catch for out number 2. Mojo up for Wrestles. He'll only be tenths now. Facing off against Hatman, 0 for 3. First pitch swing fouls that one off. 1-1 the count. 2-1, bases loaded. Inside, 3-1, nowhere to put Hatman. That one's in there, full count. Runners will be going. The pitch swung on, grounded to second. Britton up with it in time at first, round number 3, and the side is retired. Unicorns, though, scrape ever so closer, make it 9-5 as we enter the top of the 8th inning. Hickman locked in, has thrown 1 2/3 innings of nice, of near perfect relief, 3 strikeouts. She's locked in. Pujols here with a hit up in the middle. Leadoff runner aboard for the Bombers. Here's Lexi Luther, 2 for 4 today, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. She crushes this one into right center. Tracking back at the wall is Breezy Bree. It's overhead, and Lexi Luther with the home run. I shouldn't have hit the song. The Bombers are not the home team. Lexi Luther goes yard into right center field and gets the Bombers up 11-5. Ferris Irons up to bat now. He fouls this one off. 0-2 the count. This one's into left. Tracking back is Woody Walker. He will make the catch for out number 1 just in front of the warning track.
The catcher, number 4.
And Hickman is done. Did she get hurt? No. A bit of a surprise pull there. I mean, she did give up the home run, but she was doing rather well. Did she have? I guess she's just the RP, so I guess her pitch count was high. So last man out of the bullpen for the Unicorns, Trevor Belmont here, the long reliever. 2-1 to Rifleman, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. Swings inside there, 2-2 now. Hard hit ball, but foul. We'll do it again. And strike 3 called. Belmont rings up Rifleman, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 11-5, your score here. Top of the order, do it for the Unicorns. We've had just a litany of things. Hit by pitches, walks, wrestles will start the inning. Up to 45 pitches. Facing off against Odor. The Unicorns hit through the lineup last time around. Odor led things off, got hit by a pitch. That started the rally. 3-1 to Odor. Grounder back to Wrestles. He scoops it, gets the first in time for round number 1. Here's Woody Walker, who hit an absolute massive homer into center field here in Shaka. Did anyone see what the distance was? I have to feel like any home run to deep center field, like straight away center field, is like easily 450, 475 plus. 3-1 the count to Walker. Count runs full here. Popped up behind home plate. Will it stay in play? It looks like it will, and Sass will make the catch for round number 2. And here is King Kush. 2 for 2 today, 2 singles and 2 walks. First pitch strike from Wrestles. 1-1 the count. That one's inside, 2-1. Grounded to short, irons up with it. The throw will be in time for round number 3, and we'll go to the top of the 9th. 11-5 the score here. Top of the order up for the Bombers. Kniffy 0 for 3 today, but with 2 walks. Belmont to start the 9th inning here. Got the final 2 outs of the 8th. A 1-1 count here to Iffy. He finds his own there. Tough out for Kniffy. This one's too short, and Odor with a jumping catch to make out number 1. Here's a locked-in Tyler Benetti. 2 for 2 today. A double and a single. He flies this one into left. 3 walks was what I was misreading. Iron Balls will make the catch for round number 2. And that brings up Graham Britton 0 for 4 with a walk. Not a stellar day for Britton. Britton's first pitch swing grounds that one to flip-flop and gets it to Hatman in time for round number 3. And to the bottom of the 9th we go. Bombers on top 11-5 here. Last 3 outs for the Unicorns here in game 15 for the Epic Phenoms. Wrestles will get pulled in favor of Obi-Wan Mahomey, facing off against here Trey Flip-Flop. A lot of these players, familiar faces to one another. Mahomey and Flip-Flop both facing off in that Minors Championship last season that went all 5 games. As she pops up to Britton for round number 1, here's Gerald Davis. He was also on that Corner Pop team last year. He's 2 for 3 today. That one's fouled off, 1-2 the count. Fouls off another. Swing and a miss! Mahomey rings him up there. And the Unicorns are down to their final out. Here's Breezy Bree. And that's a grounder. Mahomey off the mound, who scoops it up, gets to O'Connell in time for round number 3. And the Bombers are division champions. 11-5 over the Unicorns here in game 15 for the Phenoms. Bombers finally figure out the Unicorns pitching and come out victorious 11-5. And they'll be the number 1 seed in the Epic Conference. Tip of the cap to Elder, has built this Unicorns team from scratch. Does have 2 wins over the Bombers so far this season. Look forward to see if both these teams can meet in the conference finals. I feel a little bit dirty with this one. Drawing 13 walks in this game just feels silly. Did strike out 9 times, though. Bombers struck out as many times as they got a hit. Lexi Luther, yeah, your MVP was 7 RBIs. Benetti 2 for 3 today. Let's look over here. Multi-hit games for Cush, Flip-Flop, and Davis. Home runs for Woody Walker, that absolute massive one. Sins gets the win, 2 earned through 5 1/3. Wrestles tagged with 3 through 2 2/3. And Mahomey with the clean sheet, closing the game out. Unicorns emptied the pen tonight. Colon getting 5 earned through 3, 8 walks. Thick, not much more help. 4 earned through 2 outs. 2 walks of her own. Doku Shi gave up 3 walks, did get through 1 2/3. Hickman through 2, gave up 2. And Belmont with the clean sheet through 1 2/3. Lexi Luther, your undoubted MVP in this game, 7 RBIs. As the Bombers defeat the Unicorns and take the top seed in the Epic Conference. Now, let's have a little bit of fun now, shall we? Let's go to the All-Star games. We'll start off with the Miners All-Star game. The Panic Conference is the away team, and the home team is the Chaos. Yeah, it's just easier if I go this way. Okay, Chaos, yep. Where do we want to play this game? I mean, we played it in, we played at El Viejo last year. Do we want to play it there? I'm open to suggestions. Should have made this a poll during the end of the other game. We'll just have it at El Viejo. Oh god, that's a lot of red. Okay. Okay, this is the Panic Conference. This is the opposite of the one I know, so I need to get my cheat sheet to see who is supposed to be where. Google Drive. Need this one, so it's Garcia at catcher. And then Blanco Jr. at first. Patty Potts at second. Substitute Potts. Short is Bologna. Go. Guess I should have checked this before the stream, shouldn't I? Whoops. Short. Didn't really think of the batting order, did I? Kind of failed in this one, didn't I? Vulnerable is third. Slowitz is in right. Center field is Miha or Meha. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then left field is Buns. And DH is Durr. And okay, Aggie. Right now you are the best team in the Panic Conference, so pick a starting pitcher. And if you want, you can set the order, batting order here. I'll give you like a minute or two. I needed to do this better, I apologize. But we've got time. If you wish, if you just want to leave it alone, you can just say that as well. Manny Minshew starting, okay? Fanny Minshew is starting. Sure, Fizek, you can most definitely join the cast. I will call you. Fizek, ring-a-ding-ding. Hello, sir? Oh. You are coming through my computer speakers and not my headphones. How would I change that? Oh, yeah? Can I fix that? Where can I even fix that? In Discord? Okay. Voice and video. There it is. And then output device. This. Can you talk for me?
Hello, it is me.
Hooray!
Dope.
Slow it's leading off. I mean, it's yeah. There's only 7 games so far, but it's through League Office's own failures that we're behind here and there. So I think that's
I wouldn't
just
call it failures. I
good
would
enough.
call it lack of resources.
So Slowlit's leading off. Yes, there is another round of minors games that will come out here soon. I had Puppet. He took the liberty of recording those, and we'll have those up here. Hopefully in the next day or two.
Whitney, did you see that that stat I posted about how you and the Serpents, as of yesterday, both had played 125
Yeah,
total
that's
games, and you
crazy.
both had 69 and 56 records?
That is very bizarre.
It was amazing.
I should have asked this earlier. Can everyone hear Fizek? Are you good with how this order is now, or do you still want to tweak it some, Aggie?
Shut up, Moobot. Now's not the time.
Okay, you can hear him.
So Bombers is, congrats on the 1 seed, by the way.
Yep.
Way to rebound after yesterday.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting to hang 11. Okay. Then the rest doesn't matter, sure. And then let me pull up minors. This one responses. So catcher is Bean Machine. First base is Iron Liver, Iron Lever, however you like to say it. Second base second base is Jay Watt. Watt.
Why is Poopy Pants Biden trending on Twitter?
Oh no. Ryan T. Hill at short. Let's go. And I really should have been better prepared for this, shouldn't I? Third base, Katrina Sardines. Left field is Nick Hugh Jr. Center field is Ron Kinnings. Right field is Rashid Betts. DH is Mickey Del Crusha. Put hit first. He's fast. Who's fast? Machine's pretty fast, and Q's pretty fast. Do that. J Watt's there. That's fine. Whoops. share some of the work just not to obscure. Okay, and then we'll pitch Hattie May. She was, I think she had like a 0 point something ERA or something.
I mean, it's the minors, but still, that's ridiculous.
All right, PC. Let's have some fun.
Remember the last time we had a minors all-star game?
It was crazy. It was the birth of Bojack Oon.
Yeah, what was the meme that we had for him?
I don't know. Aren't they all supposed to be RPs?
Yeah, they all come in as RPs.
Yeah. And that's going to be up the middle, leadoff single for the Panic Conference. Brings up Penelope Goes. I'm sorry?
Oh, that reminds me. I need to get that poll together for if we're going to ban Tiger Den.
Yes, Fizek is here, lasers. Hit and run is on into center. Tracking that one is Kinnings. He'll make the catch, one away. He got here as of like 2 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, something like that.
I'm ready for, I mean, Liberty thematically should want to choose El Viejo, right?
Well, El Viejo is set in like Puerto Rico. Would that make a lot of sense?
Well, oh, that's right. Only America can have liberty.
Okay, fair enough. Why did the runners try and go there?
Wait.
She was trying to leg that into a double. What just happened?
No way. Aggie, we're voting on whether Tiger Den will get banned.
Flare to short, and Ryan T. Hill will make the catch, round number 3. And that will do it. We'll go bottom of the first. Ryan T. Hill, Bean Machine, Nick Hugh Jr. up. And I'll be sure to release a list of these teams. I realize I ran out of time before I left today to actually submit these out to show y'all who made it. We do have a representative from every team in all 4 teams. So everyone has a representative.
Again, why is Liberty America? Liberty could be anybody.
Well, I mean,
America is not the only free nation in the world.
Fair, and Bean Machine goes into left field, and that one is gone. A no-doubter into the night here at El Viejo, and the Chaos takes the early 1-0 lead. 430 feet. Oh, I'm just saying the color scheme, though, is red, white, and blue. And no, the only free country that colors are red, white, and blue is not just America, but I don't know.
Here's the other thing. Didn't you just say that it was also potentially in Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
Fair. Oh, no, and that one's going to get by the left fielder. Runners go to round second. Barry Buns couldn't come up with it, and Nick Hugh Jr. technically has a triple. And here's Jay Watt with the runner on third. He fouls that one back. Fizek, did you see any of that first game?
The 7-5 ball players win? No, I was just coming in. Also, I got to be honest with everybody here. I got my booster shot yesterday, and I know I mentioned it on stream. So it's not hitting me as bad as the second shot did, but if I'm a little bit lucid, that's why.
Tough dive for Patty Pachi, can't come up with it. And the runner is safe. Another run will score. Chaos up here, 2-0.
Puppet, that's the way every single All-Star game is. It always becomes hitters duels because of that. Last year, Panic got the 10-9 win over Chaos.
Ooh, Blanco with the Dragon Special himself. Snags it and steps on the bag. Doubles up Nick Hugh Jr. No, Nick Hugh Jr. scored. I don't know what I'm talking about. But we'll head to the top of the second. Rowan Baloney to lead things off here, the representative from the Crawlers.
I did not realize that you won the Super Series last season as the 5 seed.
Yep. Up the middle goes Baloney, and that's going to be a leadoff single.
I don't really care about watching MLB after the Rays got eliminated. I keep track of stuff, but I kind of lost my appetite for watching baseball after that. The only reason I would watch is to watch the Astros lose.
Yeah, Astros need to lose. We have a score update,
I
potentially.
can do that.
2-0 in Houston. My phone finally updated. Popped up into left. Nick Hugh Jr. makes the catch, one away.
Now batting, the center fielder, number
Do you offhand have a list saved somewhere that of who the Miners All-Stars were last season to kind of get a glimpse of like who made the turnaround into next season? I know people like Bojack Oon made the call up, as well as like Graham Britton did. I was just wondering how many of the last year's Minor All-Stars were already seen in the majors.
Wait, what's on TBS? What esports tournament is on TBS right now? No, but we can find it in the Discord. Although that does remind me, I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, I'm gonna create a Miners All-Star.
So 2 on, 2 out here for the Panic. Here's Tara Vulnerable, third baseman, or basewoman, I should say, from the Cobras. Wait a minute, is the P on her helmet backwards? What is going on? I didn't share my screen with you, did I?
No.
The P on her helmet was backwards.
Yeah, it 100% was.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 50.
There you go, friend.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's what we're watching.
Fanny Minshew to start off the bottom of the second now. Chaos leading 2-0. And that will be a leadoff walk. Walks have been a familiar theme so far tonight. Here's
That's like, sorry, lasers. It's not that it's not important, but it's just like with Valorant LCQ happening, League of Legends semis happening today. Like, there's just so much esports going on right now. Oh, the major for CS:GO is going on. Even though I don't watch CS:GO, I still have to pay attention to it.
2-1 to Rashid Bats. Fanny Minshew threw 1 1/3, rattled, but a bit unfair. She came in tense. RP starting the game.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Here's Iron Lever. 2 on, 1 out here. Chance for the Chaos to extend their lead. Swing and a miss. Fanny Minshew rings him up there. And back to the top of the order. Here's Ryan T. Hill. And Minshew will get pulled in favor of Rainy Days. Rainy Days coming over from the center fielders. Ryan T. Hill from the Moonshots organization. He's had himself a nice season. Will be interesting to see what kind of role he'll have with the Moonshots going forward. But he grounds out there in the Indian. Excuse me. We'll go top of the third here. Top of the order for the Panic. Maggie Slowitz to lead things off. Let's see how fast I can pull up my Miners tracking sheet. Thing is, I'm going to have every team selected, and it's going to be very hard to find anyone in good timing.
My gosh, we have too many all-stars. I'm creating, if you can watch along with the Google Doc, everyone, you can see me creating it.
Penelope Garcia now. Garcia 12 for 19. She takes a walk there. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. And that brings up Patty Potts. Potts also having a pretty good season. 10 for 29. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, a 344. An Iron Lever with his own unassisted double play. Catch it and step on the bag. We've seen one from both sides as we go bottom of the third. Panic, or Chaos, I should say, up 2-0 here. Bean Machine to lead things off here. Had that solo shot into left field.
All right, boom.
3-0
Here
for him.
were the Panic All-Stars.
Browns out to Patty Potts there, 1 away. It has, I mean, it's a record, but you know, it's one of those footnotes of a record that don't really matter in the long scheme of things. But Bean Machine had a 3 triple game earlier this season.
Jeez.
And he's a catcher, a fast catcher. That's not exactly an archetype we see here in the SSBL.
I mean, I think maybe if you're at like Shaka or Bengata, it could prove useful.
Yeah, where there's a lot of foul territory to carry. And Rainy Days rings up Jay Watt there. We'll go to the top of the 4th, still 2-0. Joshua Durr to lead things off. Hey, Aggie, was Durr the player you called up earlier in the year, like towards the end, that sent Sluggington down? I can't remember off the top of my head. I guess I could be not lazy and actually look in the Discord, but I mean, you're here, just might as well make conversation. Round
Guys,
out.
I might need some help
Slide.
figuring out who all these players came from.
Oh, from last year? Just name a few of them off, and I might be able to help you out there.
I'm right now pasting and
The left fielder, number 25.
The only thing is we'd have to figure out, like, if they were part of a trade.
well, it's whoever they ended with.
Oh,
So
whoever
like
they
for
ended
instance,
with?
like so it's like for instance, Homer Runs technically was a ball player and a dragon, but he counts as a dragon for the All-Star game because
Gotcha.
one, he's not heroic.
Does that happen in like in real life too? Like, has that really ever happened in real life? Like, a player trading over at the deadline, and then like was
I
a
don't
nominee for one
know.
conference and came up in the other?
I don't know because like how often is a like All-Star gonna be traded?
That's
in the
true,
middle of the
that's true.
season? Like even like people like Scherzer and stuff moved after the All-Star game, right? Because their All-Star games in the middle of the season.
So 2 aboard here for the Panic with 2 outs. That's up the middle, a tough dive. At second, they cannot come up with it. So everyone will be safe.
And then here your chaos stars. Chaos.
So
Why
runners
say-
at the
why
corners
say that?
for
the
Waldo
Chaos.
Whitman.
Y'all see them chaos teams?
And that one's into center field. That will score a run for the Panic. Makes it a 2-1 ball game.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 16.
And that one's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to score. Another one rounding third, headed for home. And the Panic have taken the lead here, 3-2. I'm pretty sure this happened last year, too. The Chaos got off to a pretty big lead, and the Panic inched their way back and ended up winning the game. Didn't it go
Yeah, and
into
it-
extra innings last year, too? I feel like it
Yeah.
did.
It may have.
And there's another backwards P. Waldo Whitman turning out not to be the correct answer here. He's struggling. Giving up 2 runs. All the batters he's faced have reached 5 in a row. Or 4 in a row, excuse me. Not an out recorded for Whitman. 0-0. Nice. 2-1 the count here to Garcia.
Thanks, Mini Warberman Jensen. Clog it up.
Warber Jaegerman Jensen. Yeah, I do remember the Bombers pitchers lost at Totino at March. I do remember that one. And this is popped up. Will stay in the infield, and Ryan T. Hill will make the catch, round number 3. But the Panic get up on the board and take the lead 3-2 as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Prussia Sardines and are the first 2 to come up here. Rainy Days throwing nicely here so far. Grounded first. Blanco Jr. will step on the back for round number 1. Brings up Katrina Sardines.
Oh my gosh, Whitney, did you see my abbreviations in the draft picks for the new teams?
No, I
I
didn't.
knew it was gonna trigger of all people. It was gonna trigger you.
What have you done? What
Well,
have
it's
you
more
gone
so
with them?
it's fault because you're the one who messes up the most in terms of um
I
like,
purposely messed up the Gauchos because
just
GCH doesn't make any sense to me.
because it's gouch, it's goch O's. It's the closest to bringing it into one syllable.
When I think
Usually when the way that he did it was by eliminating the vowels. So like for example, the Liberty are not LIB, partially because we don't necessarily want to associate a team and calling them lib.
right, that's fair.
But also Liber brings it closer to Liberty. Mythic is MTH because it's Myth. The Sparrows are SPR. That doesn't change.
Yeah, I really hate the Liberty one. Lurb.
Liber.
But the thing is, when you think of the word gaucho, I don't think of the letter C. Ga, P, O. Gao.
Colors. Cherry Bombers are Chub. Storm are Stim.
Stum.
Chippers are, I mean, that one's easy. That one's Chip. Horsemen, that's not going to be Whore. It's going to be Hers. Diamond Jacks have got to be DJK.
I think honestly, on like in the stat sheet. Well, no, I do in the minor stat sheet. I abbreviate with the major team name anyway. But for like, if I was ever doing something just like the Horsemen or something.
Do you think that makes sense to do? I'm just. I'm already mostly done with this, so I'm just gonna keep it this way. Crib. Goofy Goopers have got to be GFG.
But it's saying they got to be LBT, Liberty, and that kind of makes sense.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Mythic makes sense. MTH. I might sometimes think like I might put a Y in there, like. Well, they're the Mythic, right? Mythic.
Yeah, Myth. Ick. Otherwise, it's Mitt. And then who's the other team? Mythic, Liberty.
Express. I mean, Express is
Express
easy.
is EXP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mythic. Ah, yes, go Mythic. Hey guys, I gotta let you know the new managers for the new teams are really raring to go. They were trying to schedule the expansion draft for this weekend. They were so ready. So.
And
All right,
Waldo
here we go.
Whitman's night is done. In comes Newt Castle, a creation of my very own. He's one of my creative players. Had a good season for the Horsemen. Already in the top of the 6th inning.
Okay, Gerald Davis was
This one's hit into the Bermuda Triangle, going back at the wall, and it's off the top of the wall.
He's so slow. Oh, it just gets from bad to worse.
So a leadoff triple for the Panic. Here's Jose Mija, or Meja. How would you say that?
Oh my gosh, Marge. That's so funny. Elder, yes, all 4 new teams have managers. Gerald Davis was a corner pop, right?
Yes. Well, yes, he ended up a corner
Last
pop.
season.
He spent a lot of time on the Quacks, then went
But
over
at the end of the season.
Yes, ended up with the Corns Pop. Yes.
Like the Shiru Amaya was a Spartan.
Yes.
Phillips was a corner pop. King Kush was a corner pop. Trey Flip Flop was a corner pop. Musha, corner pop.
Musha has.
Elder was Musha, corner pop.
Musha has flipped hands a lot.
Or she winged that last year.
Musha might have been a corner pop, and then her call-up was this year.
Yes, she was a corner pop.
Wow, what great pitching there, defense there by the Chaos. Give up the lead-up triple and don't allow the runner to score. Remains a 3-2 ball game.
Mabel
She
Sparks
was.
was a corner pop.
Yep.
Del Vecchio and
That's,
Pot of Gold Spartans.
Yes.
Now batting.
Here's Nick Hugh Jr. with one away. Rainy Days looking like the MVP here. As the relief pitcher locked in, has thrown 3 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts, and has given up nothing else. So Rainy Days representing the center fielders quite nicely as Nick Hugh Jr. flies this one out to right, and Maggie Slowitz with the catch for 2 away.
Chase Clout was a Sparrow / Griffin.
Yes.
Duke Town was a Cobra.
Yes.
Joshua Dura, Jungle King. I think Tilly Mackin was a Raptor at the end there.
Mackin has also been one of the
'Cause I
ones that kind of
traded-
flipped around a lot.
Yeah, I think I traded for him, and he ended up being one of mine.
And Blanco makes the catch for round number 3. We're going to the top of the 7th. This game has absolutely flown by. Maggie Slowitz to lead things off here, 1 for 2 today.
All right, by committee, I need everyone's help here, so I'm putting in the chat.
And this one's hit hard and deep into right center. That one's going to be gone! Maggie Slowitz with an absolute line shot into right center. I didn't think that one was long enough, but she goes out of the park and the Panic up 4-2.
That was a long way to go for a line drive like that.
That was. I was stunned. It just kind of kept going and going and going. Just call that one the Energizer Bunny.
Leela Blurns, a center fielder.
Elderberry.
Elderberry didn't trade until this year, right? So he was a Cobra.
Yeah, Lasers was a center fielder. Chris Cloverfield might be a Jungle King. Dixie Norms is a Spartan.
Dixie Norms was a Spartan.
Leela Blurns.
Leela Burns was a center fielder.
Archibald Longshanks is...
Aggie, did you Cloverfield last year, though? Ooh, is that going to get down?
It is in front of the sliding Rashid Batts. Runner's going to go 1st to 3rd here. Panic looking to put this one out of reach. Here's Joshua Durr. Tammy John is a Sparrow /
Griffin.
Archibald Longshanks was a Corn.
Okay, so then Cloverfield was a center fielder. 1, 2, 3.
And another one comes to score for the Panic, 5-2.
The shortstop, number 11.
8, yeah. 8, wait. Shouldn't it be 10?
Duke Castle not getting the job done. The Chaos pitching one again, coming up empty, and that one's down into left. That's going to rattle around. Nick Hugh Jr. can't come up with it, and 2 more runs are going to score for the Panic. It's 7-2. The Panic absolutely taking the Chaos to the woodshed here. And in comes Big Blaze.
I don't think we had full representation in the Minors All-Star game last season. I also
don't think we
teams didn't. I also think some teams didn't have enough.
Yeah,
players.
that's also probably true. And some people were probably just so good.
Let me know if that looks wrong, anybody. And I'll start on season 6.
Up the middle, Ryan T. Hill scoops it up and ends up getting the runner in a rundown. I don't know what just happened there. The runner was trying to go, turned back, but then like stopped trying to get back when he was like less than a foot away. Base running, man. It's hard.
All right, so you had Mahomey.
Yep.
Goodman.
Yep.
Werben Jagerman Jensen.
Werben Jagerman Jensen. He was number 1.
Gren Kiffey.
Yep. No, not Grin Kiffey. I have Ken Iffy. I don't have Grin Kiffey.
Albert Pujols, Graham Britton.
Yep. Up the middle, a nice diving stop by Jay Watt. The throw is not going to be in time, though. That'll be an infield single. Here's Tara Vulnerable. 1 for 3.
Jake Carter got traded to the Wingbats, right? From the Griffins. I'm like 95%.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And that's going to be a strike 3 there. But not before 4 more runs for the Panic. Chaos down by 5 here. Holy cow, 15 hits to 3. Did you see that? Holy cow. And Rainy Days is done. 4 1/3, 2 strikeouts. An absolutely dominating performance here in the All-Star game. Ball is handed over to Sir Alex Einstein. He comes over from the Griffins.
Oh, you had diamonds as well.
Yes, Demons. Didn't have quite as good a season this year, fortunately.
Carlos Ramos, Lucky Charm.
Yes, yes. Into center field, De La Crusha. I'll be caught by Meha for our number 1.
Shane Mickey.
Shane Mickey. I feel like that's an old player that I can't remember who it is.
Y'all in chat are not helping. I don't appreciate it. This is a communal activity, guys. This is team bonding. I could just search in the Discord.
No, that's Mickey De La Crusha, Mickey Dillon Jr. I feel like, well, whoever it is now, I don't think exists because there's only 2 Mickeys on the S7 ratings sheet.
What I usually do is I just search the person and roster movement.
Right. Watermelon is a Diamond Jack. That's the High Rollers one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Arnello is on the Storm.
Ariana.
Yes.
Kazuro Yoshida, that's a wingback.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
Linya.
we just need Gren Kiffy.
Big Blaze on the mound still. Facing off against Penelope Garcia with a runner aboard.
A Cobra, Gren Kiffy.
Ah.
Interesting. Well, wait, hold on. They signed him in August of 2020.
Puppet, I agree completely. That is horrifically confusing to me all the time.
But the Lumberjacks, the Chippers are
yes, it helps now that it's the Chippers and not the...
Yeah, okay. When it was the Metro, yes, the Metro and Lumberjacks are definitely not necessarily the same.
Because even the jerseys are the same because Josh stacked the Diamond and the Jack. So it's even like, oh yeah, that's just the Lumberjacks. Like, nope, no, it's not. Stop it, Breen.
Okay, so it can't be a Cobra for Gren Kiffy. He must have been traded. Who was Shane Mickey?
I honestly don't know.
He started at catcher last season. Chippers are Beavers though.
Do we have the old S6?
Shane Mickey.
X6 ratings. Let me see if I can find it. Find.
Those are the 2 I'm missing, are Shane Mickey and Gren Kiffy.
Yeah, okay, go away. Not you. The freaking Google's being annoying.
This one hit well into left. It's going to drop down. Run will score. 8-2 game.
Okay, Shane Mickey is a figment of our imagination. Because the only Mickey in the S6 ratings is Mickey Dillon Jr.
Okay, you know what? Did you misspell Mickey?
I mean, anything's possible.
Who is Shane Mickey? He's a Cyclone.
Really?
Large coming in clutch.
Dribble it to the third base side. Sardines goes for the tag, comes up empty, but still gets the throw in time for round number 3. Panic score another one, makes it 8-2 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Panic have been all over this one since the early stages.
All right, so then the question remains, who is Gren Kiffy?
Cobra sounds about right.
But it couldn't be Gren Kiffy's a wingback. There we go. Boom.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he was signed. It couldn't have been the Serpents because they're in the dump. All right.
Oh,
so
right.
if you go to the SSBL history, there is a minors all stars.
So of these people, we saw Carlos Ramos, Graham Britton, Bojack Oon, Pujols, Baca's even up there. So a lot of these people who were minors all-stars last year, Cade Six, Smitty, Goodman, I think Mellon is even on the Diamond Jacks bullpen. So a lot of players, you know, making the call up after starting the All-Star game. This chaos, this panic pitching though, is just dominating the chaos. The chaos had the home run from Bean Machine and the triple from, I mean, that's 2 of the 3 hits, the home run and the triple from Nick Hugh Jr. and the base hit that scored him. That's literally all their hits. They have not had a hit since the first inning.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when you're facing the Unicorns farm, the Stingers farm, they're pretty stacked in the pitching repertoire.
Well, it was rainy days. It was the representative from the wrong fielders, the center fielder's pitcher. She went 4 innings as a RP, and didn't give up a single hit or walk. Absolute crazy.
Do you have an actual roster list somewhere of these 2 teams?
I typed it. I think I typed it in to the league
Our
office one. Yeah. It's not in great format, but I'm pretty sure it's there. Aggie Slowitz. Home run, 2 singles, a walk, locked in. Slowitz running for MVP as well. I mean, honestly, he should go to rainy days, but the game doesn't really like to give MVPs to pitchers most often. But Slowitz and Days make it. Oh my goodness gracious! Holy cow, that one was murdered.
Wow.
Maggie Slowitz. Jeez.
Well, this is not nearly as close of a game as last season. Jack Ironliver.
Wingbat.
Well, in terms of that's how you say his name.
Oh. Holy cow, have a night, Maggie Slowitz. Number 1 pick for a reason. I think we're going to see every chaos pitcher except for Maury Summer. Wah, wah. No, unfortunately, it does not, Puppet. All-Star games do not count towards progression.
What's Kennings Jr. first name?
I'm sorry, whose?
Kennings Jr.
Ron. He's a freebooter. And here we go. Wow. 8 runs scored by the Panic over the last 3 innings. They have 20 hits in this game. 20 hits. That's unbelievable. And here's Sir Alex Einstein. He's locked in. Here's Bean Machine. And that will be a quick out number 1. Blanco to Einstein. Here's Nick Hugh Jr.
I'm assuming that's Spool Thomas Jr.
Yeah. It is. Man, if it...
Milstein?
Huh?
Milstein?
Emma Milstein. For the Halos. If it weren't for Fanny Minshew coming in the game starting tense, we might have seen a no-hitter. Oh, never mind. I forgot that there was a runner on. Nick Hugh Jr. at least gets 2 hits on the game. Bomber pride. Here's Mickey De La Crusha with 2 away. Need a 5 times multiplier on this home run. Hopped up in foul territory, and this will do it. The Panic move to 2-0 in minors all-star games. Absolutely dominant performance here, 11-2. Just holy cow. 4 hits in the game for the Chaos. Bean Machine, Nick Hugh Jr. with 2, and Jay Watt. And only 2 walks. Just an absolute dominating performance. Every Panic person gets a hit. 4 for Slowitz, 2 home runs for her. She's going to be MVP. Bologna and Buns with 3. Del Blanco. So, Retrievers players, 4 for 5. 7 for 9. 10 for 13. So, that's pretty good. Rainy Days and Sir Alex Einstein combined for 7 1/3 innings, allow 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and the pitching for the Chaos really sucked. MVP Slowitz, Bloney, and Blanco Jr. I think Rainy Days was absolutely robbed of his position up here. But there we go. Panic take the win. And we're going to game number 4. It's time to put our big boy pants on.
This one we do have the rosters for. And I'm going to need help, guys, with what I posted in the chat.
El Viejo. Nope.
Nope, Founders.
Founders. Boop, 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 boop. I'll be really interested to see. It might have been discussed before. I don't know, because I've been kind of busy this week. Is it going to kind of be like a raffle for the new teams, where they're going to be like, where their like home field's going to be, or do they get to pick like, or do we even have that?
They'll probably choose from the remaining ones.
Okay, this is the heroic. Oh, I actually do have this put out, so I could just do that. League announcements. The heroic, please. We need Shelby Callens. We need Rec Dreams. We need Denver Brainstorm.
Alright, and then I need help with these ones as well.
Carlos Ramos. Archie Barker. Sardine left.
So is Beam Machine yours?
Yes.
Terra Vulnerable is a Cobra. So Wingbat. I wish this was in order.
And we're going to go with the pitcher who had the most votes, and I think that was Jefferson Steelflex.
Blanco Jr. was a good boy.
Let's go by speed. You know what? Let's just. Oh, no. Cancel. That's not the right thing to do. We'll just kind of speed the top.
Ryan T. Hill is a horseman.
That looks reasonable.
Sardines.
Okay, and then for the epic, we need Big McLarchuge at catcher. Shakim first.
Yeah, Garcia is a Spartan.
Wally Woolley second.
Oh, but if you go through the Panic, I'm going through the Chaos.
Whitney at short. Albert Pujols at third.
Ooh, it's a freebooter. Interesting.
Field is Hugh George the third. Center field, Bobby Jimbo. Right field, King Kush. DH, Cherry Thunder.
Lars Larson. Which Williams was on the Chaos? Do you know?
Williams.
Was it a Pork Williams or a Amir Williams?
I think it was Pork because that was the only representative from the Chippers.
Apparently, he's like a veteran.
Yes, he is older. And who was the highest rated pitcher? I think it was
I mean, I would
Mario
assume that-
Wrestles, but
yeah. Who is the only All-Star to make it to all 6 All-Star games?
I'm gonna give it to Mabel Sparks because I feel like she deserves it more because Mario Wrestles wasn't as good as I think his stats showed because he had some bad games later on the season, so we'll do it.
Is he a season 1 or?
He's a season 2. He was an OG Stinger.
So the question is he going to be able to keep it up for next season and make it 7? Which I don't know if we'll ever have a player make it to 7 All-Star games.
It would
That's
be a
just-
tough
that's
hill to
just-
climb.
That's just ridiculous.
And especially for him because I mean he'll get a hardcore nerf going into next season, and then we're going away with the SPRP where he's lived the last 2 years where he's accumulated a lot of stats. So
Now batting the second baseman.
So leadoff walk from Sparks brings up Denver Brainstorm, and Levi Booth is going to get caught in a rundown. So the Heroic won last year, just the second win they've had in the All-Star game format, so that makes it 4-2.
And it wasn't really close as well.
No, I was going to say I think the Heroics stomped on them pretty well.
Now batting the right.
But I guess I don't have last year's schedule open still. Let's see, how fast can I find it? There it is. It was 14-5 Heroic.
Now batting the first baseman.
But not a great start here. A couple of walks, but 2 outs. Here's Wreck Dreams.
Oh, Puppet, you're the best.
3-0 to Dreams. Ahmed finds his own. As is that one. Sparks battling back with a full count. Strike 3 called! Oh boy, that one's borderline, but Sparks rings them up and sends us to the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting the catcher.
And Big McLarge Hughes will lead things off against Jefferson Steelflex. First pitch swing popped it up. Under it is Archie Barker, makes the catch, 1 away. You know, I really like Founders. Founders has a great atmosphere. It looks cool. I just really hate where it dips in right center. Like it pokes in significantly, and that's just like, oh.
I'm pretty sure it has the farthest back. Oh, and that's not actually Tanya Marzer. That's Vanessa. Marzer.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Besides that little like part there in the center, it's a really good part.
I mean, it really is. Like, I think I probably would have moved there when we were moving back in season 4. I just really hated that part. Oh, Callens throws it into center field, and the runner advances into scoring position. Here's Whitney. Is this Whitney's first ever appearance? I don't remember him ever making one before.
I can tell you right now that Whitney has been to 2 All-Star games.
Like, as in, this is his second, or 2 prior to this?
This is his second.
This is his second, so...
He previously made it. He previously made it last season.
Ah, okay. So a 2 aboard here for the Epic. Only 1 away. Here's Wally Woolley. Runners going. Callens in the dirt. And both runners now in scoring position. So Callens not having a strong day from behind the plate here in the All-Star game. Woolley fouls that one away. Full count. And the pitch is inside, and the bases will be loaded for the Epic. Here's King Kush with RBI man activated. This man becomes even more dangerous than he already is to begin with.
Beef Boy, not Po Boy.
Beef Boy is a Jungle King. This one down the right field line. It's off the top of the wall. It will score a run. Runners go station to station, and the Epic on top here, 1-0. I thought that one was going to just barely float out of here. Then it looked like it might have been caught, but off the top of the wall, base is still loaded here for Albert Pujols. So another kind of, and Pujols will walk. That will bring in another run. It's 2-0. So I'm trying to think offhand, but would this make Pujols the first ever player to make a minors All-Star game and then a majors All-Star game? Not necessarily back to back, but be the player who have been in 2. Just happens to be because it was the first year it was in existence.
Yeah. Let's see. So
Steelflex's day is done. He only gets 1 out, 3 earned runs. In comes Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Valet Renault.
Oh, Renault, nice. Yeah, she's been absolutely fantastic. She shut us down last night. Dreams will step on the bag, but another run comes home to score for the Epic. It's 4-0 here early. Epic is angry after last year.
Did King Kush make it? No, he didn't.
Yes,
he did.
Yes, he
so
did.
King Kush as well.
Kush, Renault, Pujols. Okay.
Let's see. Ramos.
Okay, right. So a few respectable names on that kind of a list to make an All-Star game in both leagues.
Flip Hecker technically should have, considering the
he's on the bench.
The Chippers didn't have a representative last season.
Oh, I get you.
Probably would have been him, but he also just didn't make it.
That one's gonna get down. That's gonna roll all the way to the wall. Everett Sardee will have himself a leadoff double.
Cade Six was not an All-Star last season. No, he was. Cade Six as well.
Okay. I was about to say, how did we screw that one up? Here's Shelby Callens with the runner in scoring position. And the outfield is really deep here. Like, that center field, I mean, that probably only pales in comparison to, like, Shaka and Bengata. Maybe Applefield can be sneaky deep there in that one little corner. But, like, it's a deep park when you get to, like, right to left center and dead center field. Talons up the middle, runners at the corners now for Carlos Ramos, the pride of the overdrafts. He takes a 1-1 count from Sparks. Popped up, third base side. Pujols is under it. He'll make the catch for round number 1. Good night, Elder. See y'all later. Brings up Archie Barker. Chance for the Heroic here to get on the board, get some of those runs back potentially. 3-0 to Barker. Sparks finds his own there, 3-1. Swung on down the third base line. It is a fair ball. Oh, she stepped on the bag for out number 2 and threw it home immediately. I got very confused there. It's like the bases weren't loaded. Why was that out at home? So 2 away now, but 2 in scoring position now for homer runs. Sparks running out of gas. Can she get out of the inning without relinquishing a run? Runs takes a strike on the 3-0. That one's tall. It'll be a walk for homer runs, and the bases will be loaded here for Levi Booth. And that will do it for Sparks. In comes Pot of Gold. Pot of Gold has been a fantastic player for the Stingers. Probably has an under 1 ERA after the performance he had earlier this week. Whitney grounded, gets it, and throws it to Kim in time for round number 3. The Heroic leave the bases loaded as we go bottom of the second, 4-0 in favor of the Epic. Big McLarch to lead things off here against Shuttlesworth. Oh yeah, I asked you if you had saw that first game, and then you said no, and I never followed up. Stingers were ball players got up 2-0 early. Stingers tied it up 2-2. Took the lead on a 2-run home run, made it 4-2. Got it up to 5-3 going into the top of the 9th. They're 3 outs away, and the ball players score 4 in the top of the 9th and ended up winning. And that's when the walk started. It was Dixie Norms. Dixie Norms gave up 5 walks in the top of the 9th inning. Where did Rec Dreams go? Rec Dreams just phased out of existence.
Wait.
Someone clip that. Please clip that. Rec Dreams just disappeared. Runner's going, and that's going to be another runner caught stealing in this game. And that's going to be out number 3, and we'll head to the top of the 3rd. Still 4-0 here. Brainstorm, Pierre, and Rec Dreams do up for the Heroic. The All-Stars have the ability to break reality.
I use the All-Stars to break the All-Stars.
2-1 the count to Brainstorm. That one finds his own 2-2. Hard hit ball, that's going to get down in front of King Kush. Leadoff single for the Heroic. And I'll bring up George Pierre. Pierre representing the Walkers. That one phases through his elbow. Grounded a knee to Woolley. Woolley to first. Kim with the Dragons special. 6-4-3, they go around the horn. And the Braves have taken the lead in the World Series, 3-2 in the top of the 8th. Way to go, Braves. And poor DDC, Ohio State is going to beat Penn State.
All right. I've been quiet this entire time, so I've been putting together the pivot tables. If you turn your attention to the Minor All-Stars tab in SSBL history, you can now see a full breakout of all ever Minors All-Stars.
Wow.
The Corns of Pops, Cherry Bombers, and Wingbats have all had 10 representatives.
That's crazy.
By far the most. Okay, so now I can pay attention. So it looks like the Epic are winning here.
Yep.
Now batting, the second baseman, number
All right, this is where I come to life with, because here I can start bantering about how long these players have been and how many appearances they've had.
The Wingbats, Corns of Pop, and Cherry Bombers have as many representatives as the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams combined.
King Kush, one of the few that we've mentioned that are actually made into the Minors All-Star game and now making his first appearance in a Majors All-Star game.
I believe King Kush and Lexi Luther, I think, ended up tying for the home run lead. I think they both hit 7 this year. I'm still unfortunately behind on the stats, and actually I meant to tell y'all this before we hit so late, but it's unlikely that I'm going to get done with all the stats for tomorrow before we go live on Monday for the playoffs. So I'm going to ask y'all, like, are y'all okay with just pushing off the last progression run until after the postseason happens? I mean, it's either that or I try as hard as I can. We do the playoffs next this week upcoming on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and see how much I can get done through Monday. But if everyone's good with just holding off on the progression until the end of the season.
Well, running, it doesn't really matter for you. Is that too mean to say? I personally don't necessarily care whether or not we get progression in time for postseason, but that's my opinion.
I mean,
Yeah, Puppet, again, we need people who are in postseason bound to voice.
I feel like it would most matter to people like, I should have said it before Elder went to bed, but, like, you know, he's got a lot of big players, and then, like, I know Steve Stevens had a big game against the Retrievers. He got like 10 strikeouts in that game, so he'd be missing the progression from there.
Lasers, the only people that have responded are the ones who aren't even gonna be in.
That is a decent point. I guess that could make it easier.
But the issue with that is that what happens? if you miss-
It gets really wonky.
Yeah.
the center fielder, number
I don't necessarily think. I think that's possible, but I just don't think it's a good idea because somebody's gonna get messed up. Man, I think the Heroic could benefit from some subs in.
To the bottom of the fourth we're already at. Shuttleworth's locked in, though. Has picked up nicely where Jefferson Steelflex left off, but gives up a hit to Hugh George through the right side of the infield. 1 on, 1 out.
Hugh George making his first ever All-Star appearance, and here's Big McLarge Hughes, who was here last year.
What a roller coaster of a career for Hugh George III. An unsigned draft pick, picked up by the Wildcats, and then went to the Stingers, I think, right? Is that-
He was with the Knights at some point, right?
I don't think Hugh George was ever.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about McLarge Hughes.
Oh, no!
now batting, the first base, now pitching, number
Shuttleworth has a blister. Wait, what?
No, he doesn't. He just got pulled.
Oh, I thought he... I misread the blurb, I guess.
Well, here is Do Some Ting, the Dragon, making his second ever appearance in an All-Star game, second straight year.
That's a pretty short right field wall, though. 320 down the right field line. That's pretty short.
Whitney, as we mentioned before, his second All-Star game, his second straight All-Star game as well. Ting's been a little bit of the gem for the Dragons, honestly. He's obviously when you think of Dragons pitching, you think of Scottish and Hanson.
Yeah,
Tumlo.
finally thinking of that like second generation of Dragons pitching. kind of in with the new guard.
Especially with Jar Jar Jackson, Petunia Tippy Cup. I mean, even Major's Chance, potentially. Even though he's 150, he'll get some progression, and he's got a nice trade as well.
Full count to Whitney. Runners going in, strike three, called! Whitney gets rung up and will go to the top of the 5th inning. Still a 4-0 game. Barker runs in, Booth do it for the heroic.
I didn't realize that Homer Runs had gotten subbed in for the heroic.
Oh, and Barker into right. Tracking back, that one is for sure out of here. And Barker gets the heroic on the board.
Absolutely God smacked that one. Didn't need to go far in order to get over the wall and right, but absolutely slammed it.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And I mean, you want to talk about a player that has recovered well. How about Homer Runs?
And that's a laser shot. Oh, but King Kush able to make the catch for round number 1.
The center fielder.
Homer Runs his first ever All-Star game after having what can only be said as a horrendous start to the season last year.
I forgot about that. He started like 1 for 20 or something like that. Like, it was bad. I've forgotten about that one. Him and Bush League were fighting one another for like worst ever season. Bully with a nice diving stop. The throw in time. Knocks down the speedy Booth for 2 away. And Gold will get pulled in favor of Valet Renault.
One of the elites that have both played in the minors and now a majors All-Star game.
And she gets the first batter she faced to ground out. Barker gets the heroic on the board, makes it a 4-1 ball game going into the bottom of the 5th. Wally Woolley to lead things off.
And I think as we're getting towards the later part of the games here, we can sort of preview what we're going to see in the postseason. Finally made it to Season 7 postseason. It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming, but I feel like it was just yesterday. I started off a stream with the dramatic playing of the national anthem, and I feel like that was just yesterday. We started the season, and here we are playing the All-Star game, getting ready for the playoffs.
So you got the Lumberjacks as the 1 seed in the heroic, as he rings them up there, tying the Skulls of Rock for the best ever record in a regular season. Moonshots as the number 2. Moonshots not a bad team. You know, 11. The Lumberjacks kind of had all the thunder, but the Moonshots had a quietly good season. Their their division wasn't very strong, so I think that's part of the reason. Turns out when you play 4 games against the Retrievers and Wrongfielders,
yeah, those are pretty easy. And they did have that early season loss to the Lumberjacks. That was one of like the first few games that both of those teams played. So they kind of lived in that shadow for the majority of the season.
Gauchos as the 3 seed, Vikings as the 4, Dragons as the 5, Knights as the 6. The thing with the Moonshots as well is that they've just never been able to convert it in the postseason. You know, they had that decent run in season 4, was it? But, you know, ever since then, they've just really struggled to get past the divisional.
Right. And one of the other things I feel like we definitely need to talk about is the run the Gauchos had, like, in basically the second half. They went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They went 7-1 in their final 8 games.
They went 7-1 in their final 8 games. The Dragons went 5-2 in their last 7. Both teams, you know, really coming out of nowhere and making their way into the postseason.
So I definitely think like some teams could be some dark horse runners. This one into center field, tracking back is Levi Booth. He'll make the catch at the winning track for round number 3. And the Epic leave the bases loaded as we go to the top of the 6th.
So for that Vikings-Dragons matchup, winner will face the Lumberjacks. The Gauchos-Knights winner will face the Moonshots. And then if we turn over to the Epic, of course, your Bombers are the 1 seed. after didn't necessarily take care of business at the end of the season, but took care of business when it mattered most.
Right. Yeah.
Ball players getting us at number 2, which is absolutely huge when you consider the injury to Aubrey Hendricks and the fact that given that top injuries will only be 3 weeks, she will come back into the conference play should they make it that far. So ball players did themselves a favor by getting themselves out of the wild card round.
Now batting, the left fielder, number
Yeah, and they were one of the earlier teams to beat the Unicorns. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, but that Unicorn Cyclones game was a close one. Cyclones almost took that one in the 9th when they played earlier this season. So anything could happen. I mean, I definitely favor the Unicorns in that series to move on to face the ball players. But it's going to be a lot of interesting showdowns in the series, in the playoffs.
And the High Rollers 4 Stingers 5 matchup, like obviously like one of those two teams can easily go toe to toe with the like right now I think we're expecting a Bombers Unicorns Epic Conference Finals. But anything can happen in this league, especially in those best of 3 series.
Right, yeah.
When it comes to best of 5, I think if the Bombers or the Unicorns, if one of them make it, it's very clearly their series to lose. In a 5-game series, I think you favor one of those 2 teams over anybody else. But besides that, the Epic is. It would be surprising if it wasn't the Bombers or Unicorns to come through. For the Heroic, I guess you would say the Lumberjacks and the Moonshots, but just the way that Heroic Legends division is, it's always so competitive. You never know really how it's going to turn out.
Right. And I mean, the Lumberjacks, didn't really show a whole lot of weaknesses throughout the season, but, did have that one game where they just got shellacked by the Cyclones, who are the 6th seed in the Epic. So it's just kind of like, I mean, you can do the transitive property all day until you're blue in the face, and you could probably get all 10 teams into like some sort of big circle. But, it just makes you think a little bit. And I was the number 3 starter for the Lumberjacks, but it's just kind of interesting to think about.
I think you look at the pitching depth of the teams. I really think the pitching depth is what's really going to set this postseason apart. Is that, I mean, the Bombers and Unicorns are just absolutely stacked. And like, I'm not saying the Lumberjacks are a bad team. But the Lumberjacks just don't. Who do they have aside from Steelflex in that bullpen? And their offense has been producing, and that's really great for them. But it's just, you look at the Bombers and the Unicorns, and it's hard to see the weaknesses. Even the Stingers, I think, you look at them, and it's sometimes hard to see where the weaknesses are, where you can very clearly look at the Heroic teams and figure out where is it going to bend to break. Ooh, gun down there.
Gun down, a run does score, makes it a 5-1 game for the Epic.
I think the Road just really just need to sub in Will Freishack. It's I gotta say, it's really cool to like have you obviously have Whitney, to have my player not only on my team, but to have him be I don't just have him on my team because I want him, right? Because he's me. But the fact that I have him on my team and he's actually a core part of it. I mean, I haven't had much else to root for my franchise since I've been manager. But it really is so cool to see him succeed.
Well, I remember back in that Season 4 draft when Whitney was created, I didn't have any picks because I had traded completely out of it. So I had a bunch of future stuff. And how it was falling, Whitney had gotten to kind of the late rounds, and I had talked to the original Unicorns owner. I forget his name. He had back-to-back picks in later on, and he was interested if I wanted to get back in, he would give one of them to me. But I think it was the Knights who screwed everything up because everyone expected the Knights to go pitching. They picked Big McLarchuge, which then the next pick was the Wildcats, who then took Whitney. But it was only because Big McLarchuge went, because he wanted Big McLarchuge, if I remember correctly.
That's an interesting idea to look back at because I feel like the season 4 draftees are sort of in
I mean, they're in their
peak.
prime. I mean, I think
I mean,
they'll.
you've got like Robin Ryan, Harry Shelton, who obviously is now a part of the Dragons. Kodiak Destroyer, Dallas, Texas, Jackson Moore, Gardner Minshew. I mean, it just reads as an all-star list.
Oh yeah.
Heimerdinger, Shuttlesworth, Stevens, McLarge, Whitney, Fernandez, Sins, Mans. Like it's just, and Odor was the 18th overall pick.
Yeah.
Phillips was the 20. Like, it is crazy how many of those season 4 draftees are here.
And then right before I ended up making the trade with the Retrievers, Aggie came a knocking about Whitney for Judd French. And it was tempting, because it's me, but at the time, I mean, Whitney had some age on him, and it didn't really fit my idea of just completely trying to rebuild. So Whitney has had a couple of chances to come home and play for myself, but just has never quite come to fruition.
Heroics gonna need to turn it on here if they want to win this one.
Yeah, a few people, like like a handful of people had their hands in on Judd French. I had talked to the Cyclones back and forth that offseason. The ball players, can't remember who else might have been offhand. I think those were the main ones. Already at the top of the 8th inning. Epic leading 5-1 here as Willie catches the pop-up. And the thing is, like, it looks so ridiculous, like, how much that juts in. Like, Wally Willie catches that jizzed into the outfield, but he's like, it feels like he's so close to, like, the wall, basically. Like, I feel like he could almost run back to the wall if it's, like, a high pop-up. Like, he could catch it.
That one's hit with pace.
Oh, Jimbo with the reach.
Second baseman, number 6.
So here's the top 10 picks in the season 4 draft. What was, looking back now, the biggest miss, I guess?
The biggest miss.
I mean, they're all good. I mean, maybe Heimerdinger?
Career-wise, I would maybe say Shuttlesworth. This year has honestly been the one year that Shuttlesworth hasn't been, like, garbage. Like, Shuttlesworth finally has been decent this year.
Puppet McLarge is a 2-time All-Star.
Other than that, I mean, Destroyer has had a good career.
Oh,
But-
that's a bad slide there.
I'm not sure if Destroyer ever lived up to what was expected of him. Like, Destroyer has had, I mean, he's been an average player, but he hasn't, I'm not sure if he's ever made an all-star game. He's just never really ever had that higher gear.
Oh, yeah, Puppet. No, I meant in terms of, like, in this top 10. Like,
Oh!
ooh.
Does that have enough? No, it doesn't, but it's off the wall. I think Shuttlesworth wins the award of being the biggest disappointment of that top 10, but I still okay player. He's had his moments, but it's taken a while for him to be like actually like pretty good.
We got 3 moonshots in the bullpen. I'm sorry, in the armband. On the All-Star team here. The moonshots pitching, moonshots this season.
Yeah, only 37 earned runs, I think. Or not, well, runs allowed even at that. Like, all those might not even be earned.
What was the pitcher doing there? Why were they not covering? 37 runs allowed.
Yeah, crazy.
Next closest would be you with 43. which those records aren't great.
Shuttlesworth had a less than 2 ERA last season. Okay, maybe he's been good for more than what I was talking about then. I'm completely spouting garbage. Well, I do remember, like, I remember, like, one of the first game, like, the first season Shuttlesworth pitched, like, he was awful. Like, I remember he had, like a 10 earned run game. Like, I promise you, Shuttlesworth has been bad at points in his career. Like, his first, I guess maybe it's just the first season that it's just running together. But, like, he's been kind of poo-poo at some points. That's also true. Wrestles was awful when he was a ball player. And in the start of season 5, I guess, when we came over to SMB 3, like, he was walking everybody. Ohio Wrestles was a gaucho.
What's
Whoa.
funny is because that Marcel Wrestles has literally been an all-star every single season.
Wow. And it's also, the years start to pile together, and, like, I don't remember everything.
What's interesting is you look at the last 10 picks. These were the last 10 picks.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 12.
Covey, Star, Deck, Juniper Weston, Garden. Oof.
But to me, what's so crazy is seeing G Baby Evans, Jupiter, and Star
Now batting,
in those bottom 10.
number 13.
Like, Dinklage Morgoon went ahead of Gary Starr. Beaverman Botley went ahead of those guys. Riley Reed went ahead of those guys. Bailey Smith went ahead of all of them.
Now batting, the first baseman, now
Tina Thick went ahead of everybody else there. Tina Thick was a top 17 pick.
Yeah, I remember making fun of that pick a lot.
Which one?
Thick. And the Heroic are down to their final 2 outs now.
the left fielder,
So,
wow.
number 17.
kind of back-to-back stompings in the All-Star game in the majors here. After the Heroic win last year, looks like the Epic going to take this one fairly easily. Who would have thought the All-Star games would have been the 2 kind of boring games?
Smith isn't a bad player, but she's a defensive catcher.
Now batting, the catcher, number 34.
Popped up, and this will do it. Into left field, it's caught by Hugh George III, and the Epic win the All-Star game. Does this decide home field advantage in the Super Series?
Yes, it
Oh.
technically does.
Okay, well, I had forgotten about that. Only 6 hits for the Heroic, 12 for the Epic. Now one with a multi-hit game in the Heroic, Brainstorm Pierre. Parker, the only one getting the run, that home run. Let's see, multi-hit games for McLarchuge, Kim, Nee, King, Kush. Look at the pitching. Steel Flex, not great at the start. But Shuttlesworth, Ting do pretty well. Then Norrie gives up 2 earned. Then Bonatello 1 earned. Norrie doesn't give up any earned runs to the regular season, but gives up 2 in the All-Star game. Sparks.
That first inning really set it.
Yeah, it really did. Gold with the solo shot he gave up. Then Renault and Polo Cologne closing the door. Your MVP is King, Kush, Alicia Kim, and Whitney. And just like that, the Season 7 regular season comes to a close, and we prepare ourselves for the playoffs.
starting off hot with Dragons at Vikings, Stingers at High Rollers, Knights at Gauchos, Cyclones at Unicorns.
So I will talk to Josh. I think we will plan to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I will start to go ham on the stats to make sure we can get a progression run in, because there's a lot of stuff still in the ether that we need to get recorded. But that will do it for us tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a fantastic season, and we still have a champion to crown. As I aforementioned, the last week of the Minors regular season will be coming out hopefully within the next couple of days. And then those playoffs, I think, will also follow the same format. Those will be pre-recorded and then uploaded to the YouTube channel. But thank you all for tuning in. This has been Whitney Chicken Sandwich on the Call, joined by Fizek. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.